शुरू करता हूँ अल्लाह के नाम से। Hello friends. You are watching gnnewsurdu. अब तक की अहम खबरें ये है। Today is May 4th, 2022. First, Russia, Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said the West could help end the war in Ukraine by putting more pressure on President Vladimir Zelensky and stopping the supply of weapons to his forces. Why could Putin declare war on May 9th? This is a symbolic history in Russia, and the declaration of war on Ukraine would give Putin the upper hand. But it also represents a major threat. Russia may boycott Security Council meeting. Russia, in an unusual move, has decided to boycott a UN Security Council meeting with the European Union's Political and Security Committee, PSEC. What is it in Ukraine's Russian-speaking East? Putin's war is tearing families apart. Russia's war in Ukraine. The evacuators from Mariupol's Azovstal plant eventually arrived safely in Zaporizhzhia. Russian forces attack Azovstal in Mariupol. Live updates. Ukrainian commanders say Russian tanks have begun attacking a large plant. Russian strikes kill 21 civilians in eastern Ukraine. Governor says the death toll from a Russian rocket attack on the Kramatorsk train station on Tuesday is the highest in the region since 57 people were killed. Some important news from all over the world. Can North Korea use already nuclear weapons? Should the world be troubled by comments from North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's secret dictatorship that signals a clear shift in nuclear ideology? Hong Kong's GDP fell more than expected as COVID cuts are controlled. According to preliminary estimates, the economy contracted 4% in the January to March period compared to a year earlier. Hong Kong's economy shrank for the first time in more than a year in the last quarter as trade was hampered by local sanctions and the spread of China's own Omicron to curb COVID-affected activity. The president of Tanzania has pointed out the mistakes of his predecessor. President Samia Hassan is correcting strained relations with the West and reviving neglected projects. Middle East news. Captagon, Jordan's undeclared war against Syrian drug dealers. The violence in Jerusalem tests the centuries-old stalemate. Sharp facts about Iran's nuclear capabilities. Israel made arrests after the guard was killed. The Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade has claimed responsibility for the killing of an Israeli guard in a West Bank settlement. Ukraine's war is fueling hunger in Lebanon. After years of political and financial crisis, the Lebanese people are now at risk of starvation. Tensions and previous rocket fire between Gaza and Israel during Ramadan have raised fears of a new attack on Gaza. An estimated 3,000 people have fled armed clashes in northern Iraq. The clashes erupted on Sunday when the Iraqi army launched an operation to evacuate YPS forces. The group says about 600 Palestinians have been detained by Israel without charge. The so-called administrative detention is based on confidential evidence, and they are kept for another 6 months. Turkey's Erdogan Khashoggi is going to Saudi Arabia in a U-turn. The bridge construction visit comes after years of icy relations over the 2018 assassination of journalist Jamal Khashoggi in Istanbul. Asia News. 2 people were killed and several others were missing when the building collapsed. 2 people were killed when a building collapsed in southeastern China on Friday, state media reported. Divided behind the united protests of Sri Lanka. Protests are possible because of the economic crisis and religious and ethnic divisions in Sri Lanka. Japan and Thailand agree on new defense pact. Critics warn against blasphemy case against Imran Khan. Critics have criticized the Pakistani government's move to file blasphemy charges against former Prime Minister Imran Khan and his party leaders. Modi, Scholz called for peace in Ukraine after talks in Berlin. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz did not respond to reporters' questions after their talks in Berlin. At least 25 people have been killed in the Indian state of Maharashtra. The Maharashtra Health Department official said the deaths were due to suspected heat stroke, many of which were reported in rural areas. Shahbaz Gul returned to Islamabad from USA. Slavery rejection march will be a prelude to real freedom of Pakistan, Imran Khan. We will fix the time of elections. Rana Sanaullah's reaction to Sheikh Rashid's statement. Lahore, Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, PMLN. Vice President Maryam Nawaz has said that Imran Khan sent her to jail twice and kept her on death row, but she does not believe in immorality or revenge.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe this channel.